I want to see what they've got here. Chicken? Kind of piece of chicken? How about piece of chicken?
Is it good?
Oh, it's delicious.
When was it here, right?
Really not playing big. Without taking it apart.
Keep zooming, Mike.
Stop crying. What's on the end of the line? I got a little chicken, I got a little roast beef, I got a little carrot. There he goes.
Yep, I gotcha.
He's busy, he's busy.
Save me some?
Save you some, I hope you do.
they'll be able to.
Two worms get married and they go to the Poconos on their honeymoon, and they're in their little honeymoon suite underneath the ground with a little heart-shaped bathtub. And they're there for 4 or 5 days, and they're making wild, passionate love. And finally, the bride says to the groom, "You better go up on top and see what the weather's like, so when we get home, we can at least tell people what it was like." So the worm says, "Sure," and he crawls up to the top and pokes his head out, and just as he looks up, a girl was squatting down and pees all over him. Poor guy gets drenched and he dives back in the hole and climbs down and says to his bride, "It's a good thing we didn't schedule any tours tonight," he says. "The weather's terrible. It's raining so goddamn hard out there, the birds are building their nests upside down." But that's one thing. Anyway, I prepared a few stories, and I was all set to tell them tonight. And Marty called me this afternoon, and he says, he says, "I don't know how you were when you got married, but I'm awfully nervous." And I was thinking about this, and he helped me out of a pinch when I got married, and I wanted to do the same for him. And I went home, and I started thinking what it was like when I got married, and it was just a little over 2 years ago. And it was just before my bachelor party, and I was pretty damn nervous. Getting married is a pretty big responsibility, and you're never quite sure if you're doing the right thing. Right, Marty? And Marty knew this. So he calls me up and he says, "Look," he says, "Dave's working today. He's not using the boat." He says, "Why don't we go fishing?" So I figured, what the hell? His bosses let him off for the day, and I wasn't working at the time. So we packed up a few sandwiches, 4 or 5 sandwiches, and we loaded up Babe's old Buick, went out to the dock there. It was a great August afternoon. It was nice and hot. And, we sat there and we ate the sandwiches, and we started to talk. And there weren't any fish biting. We talked about sports, and then we talked about our futures, and we talked about girls that we both dated, and we talked about sex. And pretty soon we ran out of things to talk about. And then we started talking about how I met my present wife, Carol. And, we got to the end of the conversation. What was that? Well, anyway, we got to the end of the conversation, and I was still plenty nervous. And all of a sudden, I got a bite on my line. And I reeled it in, and there was this little teeny fish there. And, Marty says, "Well, throw the damn thing back. It's not worth taking home." And I said, "All right." I got to take this home. And I told him the reason I was taking it home was that I could prove to Carol that we actually went fishing and didn't go to, a bar or something. The real reason I took that fish home is because the minute I caught that fish, all my nervousness went away. For some reason, I knew that getting married was the right thing to do at that point in time. It was like the fish symbolized my catching the right girl. And I thought about this today, and I tried to come up with some way of helping Marty calm his nervousness. And I know Marty and Wendy real well, and I know that they're perfect for each other. There should be no question in his mind that getting married is the right thing. And I thought about this, and finally I came to the conclusion that he's not nervous about getting married. What the uneasiness that Marty is feeling is that he's really sexually frustrated right now.
Oh, yeah?
So I tried to come up with some way of helping Marty solve this problem. And I think, Marty, come on up here. So, come on up here, Marty. Come on.
Doesn't look frustrated.
And I figured, came up with a little solution here. See, I want you to take that home. And I want you to shower with that every night in a nice cold shower till Sunday, and I think all your nervousness is going to go away. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. I think Terry Favre had a few words he wanted to say. And you got to keep that word around your neck.
Jokes, and actually I've got 2 jokes. The problem is I've already told Marty, and I can't tell you folks. However, if you see me afterwards, I'll give you a private showing. At this time, I think that, why don't we call on Dave? I think you all know Dave.
Pictures of fish.
Ever since Marty saw me carry these things, he's a little bit nervous. He really doesn't know what's in him. This is a good opportunity for a father to tell his son a few things.
It's a little late.
But it's a little too late for that. That's right. I think he knows a little bit more now than I knew when I was when I got married. But I'll just tell you one thing that my dad told me when I got married. He said, "Pap gassen met een rijke mädel." Sei gesund. For those of you who don't understand that, Jumper explained it. What I did bring was this is the way Marty met Wendy. I don't know if Tom Kiefer knows about this or not. Tom, do you know how they met? Marty was bar mitzvah. He got a subscription to the Playboy magazine. And believe me, he used to go downstairs all the time, and he said he used to play Monopoly. And I think he was reading those Playboy magazines all the time. It wasn't until after he moved out of the house that I see a top shelf, just hundreds of Playboy magazines. And that's when I started to read over these magazines. So you learned quite a bit about it. Well, here's what I found. I found the Playboy magazine 1977, and it says Bunnies 1977. And he looked through this, and he found one. He says, "Dad, I want one of those." And by golly, he ended up getting one. And would you believe it? This is what he found. What does it say? Wonder Bunny. And who does that look like? Huh? Who is that? Tom? Come here, Tom. Tom Kiefer, come here. This is your daughter. Now, does that look like Wendy Kiefer? Pass it up to Kiefer. And I kept looking through it. What do you think I found some more? Look at that. Megan with a star. Who is that? That's Wendy Kiefer. Look at that. Tom Kiefer, you know what your daughter was bringing those things?
Get Marty's reaction.
That's when she was 14.
Yeah, what is Cleva? Next magazine I found. Another picture looks just like Marty. Marty started to pose for these too. No, good one. Don't show it to Mo Mendelssohn. You better frame those. Or better. I told you I would exchange this with you. Now here's another one here. The box. Look at that. Look at that. That's the one. Good and best. Who's that? Huh? Pass this along. Where's Tom? Tom is running blackmailing you.
Tom. Neil.
That's all I have to say.
Neil.
And that's how Marty met Wendy.
Don't give him the time. It's collecting them. You won't let him do anything.
Thank you, Earl.
You'd say, "Sarah, can I talk to Dave?" And she'd say, "No, he's playing Monopoly." Tom, how about a rebuttal? I mean, now I understand.
Dave always did wonders with trick photography. It's really nice to see that such a large crowd. I don't know if it's because of the Anoka seen that you expected something on this evening, or it's just a tribute to Marty, which is really nice.
We heard the photos were going to be here.
The photos. That's all I want you to know. Where'd Babe go? Sounding far side. Oh, Babe. I want you to know, in '76, Wendy was 3. It really is, it's nice to be at this type of an event. I think today is the first day that, in all honesty, I saw Marty begin to really quiver a little bit. He's been pretty good up to this point, but I think it's starting to show a little bit. So it's probably a good evening for him to cast off. And I'm not really worried about Wendy at all, or how she can handle it, because I already got it all straightened out. Wendy and Marty were sitting at my house, and they decided exactly how they're going to work things out once they get married. They kind of really thought that Marty should make all the major decisions in the family, and that was fine with Wendy. Marty, you're going to decide who they vote for president, and how the United States will solve the international relations problems and so forth. And Wendy said she'll take care of the house and who buys it and where the money's going to go. She got it all figured out. But one cute story that I will give you, Marty, that I will leave you with tonight, and it'll probably set the right tone for your marriage. It regards a newlywed couple, and it has to do on their wedding night, and they're in their hotel room, and they had just gotten married, and they're beginning to disrobe for the evening. And the husband takes off his trousers, and he throws them at his wife. And he says, I want you to put those pants on. The wife says, what am I got, some kind of a kooky guy here now? All of a sudden, what do you put your pants on? Just put the pants on. So she puts the trousers on herself. And she says, I can't fit into these pants, they're way too big. He says, that's the idea, I want you to understand. I never want you to think you can wear the pants in my family. I'll wear the pants. Okay, Wendy says, that's fine. Hey, you know, they continue to disrobe the young bride. They continue to disrobe, and the bride has a little pair of bikini pants on, and she takes those off, and she throws them at the groom. And she says, I want you to put these little panties on. He said, what do you mean? She says, just put the little panties on. So this big walk tries to get his foot into the pants. He gets one foot in, and he says, I can't get into these pants. She says, that's absolutely right. And one more smart-ass remark I will make, you'll never get in the pants again. She knows how. Okay. Again, I'd just like to thank everyone that did come here tonight. I think we're really, tonight, the start of a week full of events for certainly Babe and myself and Marty. We're going to go non-stop, I think, from now until Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd like to turn it back over to Stuart. Thank you very much.
I figure Tom's really got nothing to worry about for 30 days. Show the bills come. Did Neil? Where's Neil?
Right here.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah.
Monday night, Marty and I and Karen and Marla went out to dinner. Wendy had to work. Somebody has to work in that family. She's starting early. Marty, where are you? Oh, there he is. Okay. We just were reminiscing a little bit. Karen and I just celebrated our 8th anniversary. Seems like it can't really be that long. I just want to wish you, Marty, all the happiness. I married into your family. It's a strong family. It's a solid family. Not everybody lives in Minneapolis or St. Paul. And as I was learning from Uncle Lee earlier, all the Kiefers do not live in the Twin Cities either. Certainly more of the Kiefers are here permanently than the Schrocks, but the Schrocks come back for events like this. Anyway, you're marrying into a good family, from what I can see. And I just want to wish you as much happiness in that family as I've had in yours. And that's about it. A little serious for a stag, but that's the way I feel.
Marty, you want to come up here? We figured that nothing, yeah. We need an air canister. We figured nothing but the finest for you. You know, talk to Wendy and find out what you needed most.
We'll wrap this. This is terrific. I gotta tell everybody about this.
I think you should thank
This, I thank everybody for being here. This is an official AC Delco. The other one is more. And if you were one of my customers, I'd give to you if you bought a case of oil filters. Even though I do wear another watch, I'll probably wear this one just to make sure it's not on time. This one says 8:28. Is that correct? This is good. This is nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, see, I was a business major, so I figured if we bought a $3 dinner and a $2 watch, Harry and I could go on a nice trip. No, seriously, Marty. Come on back. This one was wrapped just as well.
Not a watch.
This one really blows up.
You don't know, Marty.
Don't hold it by your face when you open it.
You join.
That's the oil.
Usually do this behind the podium because you don't know what to do with your hands. Monopoly board.
Should have had your second hand so you could time yourself.
The hell is this? This is not, this takes about 2 dozen brake pads. Stuart obviously plays against me and knows the unfair advantage. I'll play with the cover on. Put this down. Thank you all. I'm surprised that there's this many people here. I didn't know this many people.
We didn't have anything to do.
Also, show of hands and all the policemen. I did want to come up here just so I can see everybody and thank you. Tom had asked me, my future father, I hope I can call him Tom still.
How about Tom Keeper?
Tom Keeper. Mr. Keeper. Sir. Over the first 2 years while I was dating his daughter called me Hot Dog. He told me when we first got this idea together, Stag, he said, how many people will be there? I said, I don't know, about 10, 11 guys? I don't know. I don't know that many people between my dad's friends and your friends. I know you guys don't have that many friends. If we got to put an ad in George Will, I don't know. I suppose I should say a joke or two, but my friends know me that I know the situation here that I can't tell too many. But I would like to first off thank Harry and Stuart for the production that they did put on. I'll keep it very short. I understand a lot of you didn't come to see me or wish me off. I got you. You want to see what the craft table has to offer. That's all fine and well. Be generous tonight. There was one joke that I would leave you with in my bachelorhood, and I'll still tell the joke. It's my favorite joke for the past couple of years, and those of you who have heard it, please bear with me. Those of you who haven't heard it, please laugh. Real time. The joke pertains to a gentleman who goes into a doctor, and I know there's a lot of doctors here, so you probably can identify the situation. And he pulls down his pants, and out pops his penis, and it looks like a piece of hamburger. It looks like it's been run over by a truck. He says, "Doctor, take a look at this." Doctor says, "Not for very long." He says, "What happened?" He says, "I don't know. It's been like this for many years." He says, "What can I do?" He says, I don't know. I think we better cut it off. He says, I don't want to cut my dick. He says, no, I don't know what we can do. He says, can we have surgery? Can we do surgery? He says, no, I've never seen any surgery like that before. He says, can we take medicine? Can I take some kind of pills, some chemotherapy? He says, never heard of anything that'll prevent that or help you out. He says, I don't know what you can do. He says, get it out of my office. I don't want to see you anymore. About a year later, he runs into this doctor at a restaurant. He says, Doc, come here. He runs into men's cancer, which upstairs here. He says, Doc, look at this. He pulls on his pants, out pops his penis, erect, straight as an arrow, just perfect, just like it should have been. He says, gosh, I can't believe it. Would you have surgery? Is there a new miracle drug, something from Japan? What is that? And he said, no, Doc. He says, I tapped it out. He says, what? He says, I tapped it out. Please tell me what happened. This is a new discovery. He said, what happened? He said, well, I was at the airport, standing at the man's can, and I see this gentleman next to me, and after he was done urinating, he tapped his penis, just a tip, to relieve himself of the excess moisture so as not to soil his pants as he put himself back in. He says, yeah, that's fine. He says, so I saw what he was doing, and I did the same thing. I tapped it out. I tapped it into shape. He says, 2-3 weeks later, it's straight as an arrow, just like it should be. He said, understand, my sex life was terrible before. Girls wouldn't come into me. They'd see me, they'd disrobe, they'd leave right away. He says, you tapped it out. What were you doing before? The guy says, it wasn't like this. With that, again, thank you all for being here. I hope you have a good time. This, by the way, is not really a videotape. This is live eye for Channel 4. Don't worry about going home early. Your wives are seeing you where you're at right now. There's nothing to go home to. And just enjoy yourself. Dave Moore, a personal friend of mine. All right, have a good time. Thank you all again very much for being here. For all your time.
Thanks, Marty. You know, I started out before by telling you, after dinner, you tell some jokes. I really did have 2 jokes. I can't tell you those 2 jokes, but see me afterwards. But Tom reminded me of another joke, and I can tell this other joke. And your joke reminded me of the joke that I think I told Babe when we were playing Monopoly. But this joke is really for Marty. This is a gynecologist joke, and I think that most of us are going to understand it, those of us in the ex-bachelors club, but I'm not sure Marty's going to understand it. So Marty, this joke is for you, and I do hope you understand it. And it has to do with a salesman, door-to-door salesman, and the product he's pushing is the new blue cheer. I'll try to say this without laughing. I've said it a million times, but I still think it's funny. So in any event, going door to door selling the new blue cheer, and he's got 2 briefcases. In one he's got the new blue cheer, and the other he's got pants. So he knocks on the door, and this gal answers. It's sometime early in the morning, and she's still in her negligee, and she wants to know what he's here for. Well, he's going door to door trying to promote this new product. Could he come in and demonstrate? So she says, sure, why not? So she takes him into the living room, and he opens his 2 briefcases, and out comes 1 bucket, out comes another bucket, and a box of the new blue cheer. And he needs for 1 bucket some warm water, and for the other bucket some cold water. So she goes into the kitchen, she gets him the warm water and the cold water, and as you might expect, he takes the new blue cheer and puts some in the warm water. So then he asks her for a garment. So she takes off her nightie, gives him the nightie, and he starts to demonstrate. You take the garment, whatever it is, the nightie in this case, and you dip it in the new blue cheer, and you go washy, washy, washy. And you take it out of the new blue cheer, you put it in the cold water, rinsey, 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 hold it to your nose, it smells like a rose. Well, he needs another garment for further demonstration, so she takes off her bra, gives him the bra, washy, 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 rinsey, 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 hold it to your nose, smells like a rose. One last demonstration, and he's leaving. She takes off her panties, gives him the panties, washy, 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 rinsey, 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 hold it to your nose, washy, washy, washy. That's the only joke I can remember. In any event, Marty, I hope you understand that. Stuart. No. Thanks for reminding me, Tom.
Why?
Well, it's 8:45, so the girls must have got lost. we've got some cards and some dice, and I hope you've got some money left. But we're going to need a little help organizing some games, so if anybody wants to volunteer to run the crap table or some blackjack, let's figure it out. We tried not to leave any details, uncovered, so I went out and I bought some cigars. And there's an interesting story that goes along with the cigars. I went with my wife to a cigar store, and he took me in this room with the sealed air. I'd never smoked a cigarette before in my life, or a cigar, and so he says, well, these are great value here. So dollar signs in my eyes again. I said, I'll take those. I said, but everybody will probably get sick smoking those. He goes, no, these are great cigars. So I got home and I'm looking at these cigars and I figure, what the hell? I might as well try one. And he was right, they were terrific cigars. After I threw up, I felt better than I've ever felt in my life. So there's 23 left if any of you guys are interested.
Where's that button?
It's just 7 cards. Okay, it's just 7 cards. That's all it is. You can't draw anything. Just Rock, right? Okay. Yeah, all right, okay. There's a 10 of diamonds. Okay, the 10 of diamonds. Okay, don't worry about it. Get it after. The 10 of diamonds here. All right, half the 5. Okay, go all the way around. Okay, so let's see. That's the game. Have you ever played Dr. Pepper? Go ahead. Why? That's the rules. Okay, and if you got the queen of spades, you don't have a good hand. Call it off. If you have the queen of spades, you got 3 queens, then you probably don't want to call it 3 or whatever. 9, 4. They take 1. There's a couple of diamonds showing. How many series is Jack?
Raise another.
Another 7. Just leave it on.
Yeah, because you just put the odd equally. If it's an odd 5,
Wait, let me take my name tag off. Don, look like you're having a good time. Wait, let me put the hanger in my mouth.
I took 2, you took 3.
Yeah. Raise the letter. Double? No,
Are we playing the same game?
I'll play it.
15.
I think I played every deal for the last 10. I'm dropping this one.
Dickie's in?
No, I won in the accident.
All right, go play.
How many you take?
Double bird.
Just give me 2.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes,
that's right.
Water, yeah.
Special day, isn't it, Marty? That's right. It's occasion enough that someone has thought to send you your very own Eastern Onion Singing Telegram. But first of all, Marty, before we go any further, before a person goes to the opera or to the theater, they have to dress for the occasion. And don't you know, Marty, such is the case with an Eastern Onion Singing Telegram. I don't want you to worry.
You better have nice food.
No. You don't have to go get anything because I have brought a couple things with me. And first, I have for you your very own
Eastern Onion Designer Party Hat, and if I can just slip this right on here. All right. Next, Marty, this being a special evening, we thought it only fitting that you should get all the attention that you deserve. And
I've gotten plenty.
heaven knows. So I brought for you your very own Eastern Onion Party Horn. Now, Marty, anytime tonight that you want attention, just give a hoot on this. And I will guarantee that anybody in the entire neighborhood is going to give you all of the attention that you deserve, okay? Go ahead and give a hoot on it.
Right now?
Go ahead, right now.
For the camera?
In front of the camera.
Well,
You do better than that.
there it is.
All right. Well, got it. Well, Marty, it's almost time for your telegram, but first of all, we hear this sound. Could you possibly tell me what that sound means?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, Marty,
Go ahead and ask.
no, that sound means it's time for another Eastern Onion bad joke. Oh.
You weren't here before.
Marty, I was wondering, is there any chance you've heard, crime is getting so bad in the Twin Cities. How bad is it? Okay, we should have on here, okay. Come on, girl. Marty, crime is getting so bad in the Twin Cities. How bad? Well, funny you should ask. The other day there were two peanuts walking down the street, and one of them was assaulted. All right, I don't write them, I just recite them. We'll try one more. Eastern Onion bad joke, take two. Marty, could you possibly tell me what you get when you cross Lassie with a cantaloupe? Don't know.
Right there.
Well, Marty, you get melancholy babies. A little better, no more, I promise. Okay,
Dale, you
well,
get
it's
one
almost...
example.
Oh, Marty.
I'll think of it.
Marty happened to mention this morning that I was coming here to do this telegram for you. Got this little friend that follows me around. Her name is Emmanuelle, and she got so excited when she heard that you were getting married.
Can you turn the tape off?
She wanted to come along, wish you the best, and I explained to her, Emmanuelle, you can't come along because there's this company policy where we're not allowed to bring guests on telegrams. Marty, you suppose she would listen to me?
I hope she did. For my sake and Wendy's.
She's hopped into the bag anyway, so I might as well bring her out, okay?
That's
Emmanuelle, come on out and say hello to Marty here. Oh, there she is. I'm going to let you hold her, Marty, but no monkey business, okay? Now, Marty, in my song, Emmanuelle helps me out, so whenever I give you the cue, I want you to turn on the monkey, okay? And just flip her little switch, it's right in the back. Go ahead and give it a flip. See, everyone else wants you before. Don't leave that alone. Go ahead and give it a flip. And
It's not that easy, Marty.
There's no battery. I can fake it.
Well, yeah, Marty, I'm
Sure she can too.
I think you've just figured out why we...
faking it for the next...
Marty, ladies and gentlemen, the alarm. I think you've just figured out why we call her Emmanuelle, that's right. Sometimes she needs a little manual help, so hold her by the arms. Whenever I give you the cue, I want you to manually make her clap twice, okay? Now, I don't want you to get nervous when we go into the actual telegram, and it can be a little overwhelming, so we will have a short little rehearsal first. When I point, she claps twice.
Gotcha.
Oh, bravo. Tell us what's Marty, I think it's time for your telegram, so if I may. Oh, I've been sent here by someone who said that they would like to send you something like a telegram to tell you how they feel. And so to give you just a clue. Ho, 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 after the wedding can be upsetting. It's not what you might expect. Some think of marriage as one steady lay. That's 3 times a month when she says it's okay. In fact, instead of preparing for the one you're marrying, tonight you're out getting bombed. 'Cause if you were sober, you might think it over and flush that old ring down the john. Oh, the first time you marry, she loses her cherry.
But that's just a fairy tale. She was a virgin the first time you met. But that was in the 3rd grade, don't you forget. And so if yes is her answer, you should romance her and hang on to what you've got. Then she'll settle for ya, and most girls ignore ya. She might be your only shot. Congratulations, Marty.
Kiss you.
I happen to have brought somebody else with me tonight, Marty. Wendy. And let me just tell you, my next guest was outstanding in New York. She was outstanding in LA. She was outstanding in Chicago. And right now she's outstanding in the hall. May I present for your entertainment, Eastern Onion's very own Jezebel. Things right here, but is there any chance you could possibly tell me the zip code for sex?
5-5. I don't know. What do you know?
Well, Marty, no wonder you don't get any anymore. Your friends called the office. They said they wanted to give you something very special, and they talked.
Which friends were these?
Later. They talked to the girls in the office, and they described you as a man who has everything. And we thought,
Dad's a doctor.
better than mine. And Marty, we thought we have the perfect gift for you. You know what?
Watch.
What better for the
rub lipstick off?
what better for the man who has everything than his very own place to put it? And so we brought for you your very own Eastern Onion Peter here. This is yours, Marty. Don't want you to worry about it. You throw it in the dryer and it shrinks right down the sides. Marty, we have to be out. Before I go, I do have for you this Eastern Onion Pink telegram wishing you, saying,
He wore that.
I was thinking, saying, do you remember when from? I can't tell you that either. And there you are. Marty, I do have a few more hints, just in case you can't figure out who this is from. And it says, you're supposed to keep an eye on Ernie and Bruce this week. That means, and also to ask whether Wendy and you have ever ridden in a two-seat satellite. You probably know more about it than I do. I have to be off before we go. Marty, we do have a saying at Easter, Ernie, and that's don't get mad. Get even. So I'll leave my card. Just in case anybody else here would ever like to make a special occasion just a little bit more special. That's right. Why not send your very own Easter night and singing telegram? We do weddings, anniversaries, divorces, you name it, we probably do it. My name is Greg. Just a reminder, Bosses Week is coming up. Why not do it right? I am off, and congratulations, Martin. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, nothing to do with this one.
Hey, Marty.
Never believe it. Okay, that's right.
I'm going home without you. Good night, Harold.
Oh, no.